He soaked a bathtub full of airplane models, then carefully peeled off the logos and stuck them on a counterfeit check. With the exquisite fake check and his smooth talk.
Excuse me. I'm sure you hear this all the time, but you have the most beautiful eyes I have ever seen.
Yeah, I do get that all the time. How would you like it?
He swindled his first sum of money. From that moment on, his life spiraled out of control, and he was only 16. Frank, who had just transferred schools, was bullied by the school's thug on his first day. But today, he happened to be wearing a suit. On a sudden impulse, he walked up to the podium, wrote his name on the board, and instantly...
Quiet down, people! My name is Mr. Abagnale. That's Abagnale, not Abagnale, not Abagnale, but Abagnale. Now, somebody please tell me where you left off in your textbooks? Excuse me, people, if I need to ask again, I'm going to write up the entire class. Take your seats!
The students were captivated. The bully was quickly subdued. Frank coolly tricked the real substitute teacher into leaving. By the time the school realized, he had already taught French for a week and even held a parent-teacher conference.
Your son held a teacher-parent conference yesterday and was planning a class field trip to a French bread factory in Trenton. Do you see the problem we have?
His extraordinary talent for deception was natural, and it was inherited. It was also the same year that Frank's father joined high society, but soon, misfortune struck. The financial crisis hit, and his father was buried in debt. So, his father returned to his old profession. He bribed a clerk with a cheap necklace to rent Frank a set of expensive suits, with a luxury car and a chauffeur. The bank manager treated him like a VIP, but no matter how persuasive he was, the bank refused to take the risk of lending to a man who had been caught evading taxes. And so, his financial lifeline snapped. Frank's father went completely bankrupt on his 16th birthday. His father gave him a special gift, a bank account with a checkbook. From then on, his life would be tied to those checks, since his mother had long been accustomed to a life of luxury. They divorced in front of Frank. In a fit of anger, he left home for good. He wandered the streets, relying on bounce checks. Getting kicked out of motels in the middle of the night became routine. Surviving alone was a big problem. So, he started thinking of ways to cheat. He carefully scratched off the birth year on his head, making himself 10 years older. He even changed his name. The next day, he tried the same trick at the bank, hoping to cash a bad check, but the teller refused. However, he was prepared this time. He had a necklace, but his luck had run out. The bank manager had already seen through him. He failed repeatedly at several banks, and by chance, a stunning scene on the street caught his attention, sparking a new thought.